Have you ever studied many weeks in advance for a test or an exam, but you end up with a mark that's significantly lower than what you were expecting? Well, I have too, and I know just as well as the next guy how annoying that can be. However, what if I told you there's an easier way to boost your grades? What is this miracle, you may ask? Well, honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen, here are the benefits of listening to music while studying. First off, music can help to reduce stress. Academic stress is one of the most common sources of stress in teenagers, but it can be prevented. When you're more calm, it allows you to think more clearly, which will lead to a more successful exam. It goes beyond that, though. Reducing stress will also improve sleep, and that will bring less anxiety and depression. As if that wasn't already enough to convince you, less stress will also increase physical health and physical performance. You see, when a person feels pressured, their body consumes more energy than usual to cope with the situation. To top it all off, your personal relationships could also be positively impacted. Once you're able to drop all the unnecessary stress, then your mind is clearer and you have more time and space to focus on the things that truly matter. All this just from putting music on every once in a while, I'd say it's worth a shot. Similarly, music helps memory in general, not strictly for academic purposes. When we listen to music, pretty much every part of our brain is involved. Like I said, it will positively affect your memory, but it also stimulates areas of the brain connected to emotional and cognitive processing. This has been proven, especially in dementia patients. Sometimes people with dementia have trouble figuring out different emotions or different feelings from words or physical looks. But while listening to music, it can help them recognize these different feelings. Some studies have even shown that familiar songs will not only help to improve memory, but even help these people to speak more fluently to others. In addition, music that people consider a pleasurable experience to listen to will help boost their dopamine levels. As most of you already know, dopamine is a neurotransmitter in the brain that makes people feel happy. And when you're happy, it helps you to be calmer, which, as mentioned, leads to a clearer mind and a better test score. Finally, I'm sure many of you have heard of something called the Mozart effect. If by any chance you're not familiar, the Mozart effect is a phenomenon that shows that Mozart's music will quite literally raise your IQ score. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, okay, well, classical music isn't really my cup of tea. Well, it's not mine either, but get this. In an experiment by Rauscher et al., the 3 groups of rats were selected. All these rats were pregnant at the time, and they were each exposed to a different type of music. One group was exposed to a Mozart piano sonata, another to minimalist music by Philip Glass, and the third to just silence. Once the offspring were born, they were once again exposed to these same types of music as their parents, and were eventually tasked with navigating a maze. As you may have guessed, the Mozart group completed the maze in less time and with fewer errors. So these results prove that the positive effects of the music are not strictly related to the enjoyment level. Also, these results, similar results have been observed in human babies before and after birth. So if this music can positively affect rats and babies in the way that it does, just imagine what it could do for you. With all that said, music can be a big help in many ways, and it doesn't matter who you are, I guarantee you that something good will come out of it. Next time you have to prepare for a test or an exam, why don't you just put some headphones on and try some music in the background? I would recommend anything quiet and peaceful, but anything you like to listen to should do the trick. Alongside the fact that it will reduce your overall stress levels, calm you down, and, depending on when you're studying, literally boost your IQ while you take the test. I really don't see much of a downside. My father has often told me that if you're going to do something, you should do it right. And I think the same logic applies here, because after all, who would ever want to study inefficiently? Thank you.